I think that there's so much good going on in the WNBA. The Minnesota game, there's just so much distraction. I think the WNBA media, all we ever do is cover everything except basketball. And it's like, what are we doing? There's so much.
She cannot be serious. Sophie Cunningham, Indiana Fever role player, cannot be serious.
Even if I don't agree with what an athlete has to say, I don't ever champion them having to be quiet or not allowed to express their beliefs. Whether I believe with them or not, I'm consistent in that way. But if you put them out there, they deserve to be critiqued and challenged. My issue with Sophie Cunningham is that she has recently become one of the most popular athletes in the WNBA. She's got a huge platform. She's got a podcast. Mm-hmm. She is suddenly now the darling of the right-wing community. She uses that platform to punch down on a group of people who are just struggling to exist. And I find that to be despicable. Listen, she could say that I'm just doing this out of love, or I'm doing this to protect girls and women. But her language is very telling and it's very obvious. She wanted to make sure that she left you with the most stark and demonizing image possible. Young, defenseless girls, big hulking men in the locker rooms taking advantage of women in sports. And she should know, as a female athlete, I would love to hear her thoughts on whether or not in her career, did she think it was trans women that were holding her back, or did she think it was funding, lack of opportunity, and investment? Because I would guess it was those things and not anything to do with trans girls or women.
Luckily, Jemele Hill went on the national media and checked her.
Like, you can talk about other things. I think those are great stories. I think it shows fans, who people are outside of the court. But I also think we got to keep the main thing. And I think when it comes to the Minnesota game, I think there is so much distraction. I think that there's a lot to be said, and I'm going to let people just do the speaking for themselves. But for me, I want to get back to basketball. It's always been about basketball. That interview happened in February when I was asked a question. And so for me, I just want to, make sure that it stays, the focus stays where it should, because people are playing at such a high level. We have probably like 3 MVPs that could be MVPs on our team specifically. And so that's why I want to do that.
In hindsight, this is a hilarious way of distancing oneself from their own self-destructive comments.
Considering, by the way, that she's been able to gain this popularity and this platform, to me, is just really shameful that she hasn't used it more responsibly. I get it. It's her 15 minutes of fame. She's trying to extend it to 20. But your words have real consequences. There are people out there, trans people, who are losing their lives, who are being demonized at every corner in this society. And that, to me, is something, if it sits right with her, if you like it, I love it. It don't sit right with me.
Amen to that. Now, Cunningham is trying to do this.
Good morning and happy Thursday. I woke up early to come charge my car. In the meantime, I went to go get a coffee and a juice. The girl who made my coffee, first of all, makes a great coffee. Shout out you. But she was also just so friendly and just a sweet human. And then also there was a mom in line who was also just really nice to talk to. And on my walk back from there to my car, I was like, you know what? The majority of humans are absolutely amazing. The majority of us are so good. And I don't know why we let that 5 to 10% of people who are kind of mean and negative alter our brains that people are bad and our world is crazy. And yes, keep your head on a swivel, because there are some crazies, but the majority of us are just great humans. So just remember that. Take care of one another and be nice. Cheers. Happy Thursday. That's my squirrel brain thought of the day.
The right wing, I got caught. Let me log on and do good PR for myself.
She's occupying a space because, let's just say, her popularity and her social media following are not in balance with who or what her role is in the WNBA. It's typically she is drawing the type of attention, that is reserved for people who have far more WNBA accomplishments than her. She has become very beloved, especially by MAGA culture. In fact, her nickname is MAGA Barbie. If you look and present a certain way, and if you are in today's media culture, if you are given just enough of the right politics that are in vogue at the time, you can go far, far places. Fact is that I believe she's 30 or close to 30. And she, her WNBA career for reserve, that's always a bit dicey, because the thing about reserves is that they are often replaceable. So she is already looking at the back nine of her career. And now she's got to set the stage for what will be the next part of her career. And I think she's found the thing.
This is exactly how I feel as well. Just take a look at how the right is running cover for her at this moment.
They've made Sophie Cunningham into this right-wing person, whether she is or she's not. She might be, she might not be. She's been pretty good about keeping that under wraps. But the fact that she has been supportive of people like Riley Gaines, you know they're going to lump her into that box. Oh, she's just right-wing, and just kind of run with that narrative. And that doesn't diminish anything that Sophie's done. It doesn't diminish Sophie's message, which is a strong and positive one.
They are trying their best. I'll give them that. Even one Twitter user picked up on this last month. Sophie soft launching her MAGA Fox News grifting career post WNBA because she knows her playing days will end in the next few years. Others see the absolute hypocrisy.
There's two other things I didn't even mention about hypocrisy side with Sophie Cunningham. Number one, Sophie Cunningham played boys football. She was a kicker.
Oh,
high school
one of
men's
those.
football team.
Yeah.
So, okay, protect our boys from Sophie Cunningham being in the locker room. And number two, you want to talk about protecting women and girls. When Sophie Cunningham was a ring girl at a UFC fight that was headlined by Conor McGregor.
Oh, God.
The rapist. So, I mean, like, it's like pick a lane.
Dude.
And again, this is the reason why also with the UFC involvement in there and TKO, and we know how they and Trump and Joe Rogan and all those together, there's something in there that it makes my spidey sense tingle.
Jason Page also called her out. Between her impromptu presser yesterday and videos like this, someone in public relations with the Indiana Fever and or the WNBA has gotten the message through to Sophie Cunningham. But saying all these things and saying to be nice to people doesn't change the fact that she called Dana White a friend and amazing guy after he committed an act of domestic violence and took selfies with unapologetic transphobe Riley Gaines. You've already told us your value system.
The people who don't want to see trans girls and women in sports, you've won. I don't know what else you want. 29 states have banned trans athletes from competing in sports at every level, K through 12, banned. The NCAA has banned trans girls and women in sports. The Olympics have banned trans women and girls in sports. What else would you guys like? Can you tell me what else you would like? What else would make you happy so that you leave this community alone? I'm going to keep it 1,000. I'm going to keep it 100 million. I can't use the platform that I have and turn it into a bullying pulpit against a community that is just trying to exist, that just wants to live and be left the alone. I can't do it. What you really want is that you don't want them to actually exist. You don't want them out of your spaces. You don't want to be reminded that you even have to show even the smallest bit of respect for them or treat them as human beings. That's what actually would make you happy. It's that.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.